Hello, everyone. My name is AirEnderman,
What's up, guys? I'm the Nearsighted Gamer.
and we haven't done this in a while. It's been like 3 years. I think it was 2015 when we last did this, and this is like, I guess this will be episode 3 of the Let's Talk thing. We can say that it's a working title
Yeah.
for this, but it's been around so long, so it's been working for a very long time. But we are going to talk about some predictions and some hopes we have for this E3 2018. We should have probably done this like the past couple years for E3, but we have life obligations and things, and we just couldn't do it. But we're here now, and a lot has changed. Like, we're in a completely different room from the last one, but we have a lot of hopes. And we are going to start off talking about some things that we've seen leaked, whether or not they are completely true, about some E3 things. One of which is all Nintendo, nothing to do with Sony. Sure as heck nothing to do with Microsoft, because
It's Microsoft.
right. I mean, who cares about them?
Yeah, we're gonna focus on Nintendo first. Break it down by different brands. So not to just run in and just throw everything in and have it all be mixed up. So right now we're gonna focus on Nintendo, which is actually, doing pretty good after last year. So everybody's wondering, everybody wants to see what this second year is going to bring.
Oh man.
And if everybody's going to get what they want and be satisfied as well, because they did good, and everybody wants to know is like this Nintendo going forward,
Right.
like what they're going to have.
Well, coming up to E3, I kind of thought I thought it would go two ways, one of two ways. They could either do fantastic, oh my god, the Switch is gonna sell 50 million, crazy. Unless how many has it sold?
I think they are up to. I know they sold more than 14 million.
Wow, see, that's pretty good. But imagine this is how I idolized E3. I pictured new 2D Metroid. I'll say Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread, do it, Nintendo, please.
But you got to do new 2D.
Look, shut up, Mom.
2.5, whatever.
Look. The thing of we'll talk. We'll get to that later. Mm-hmm. But I thought of it either going super well, they knock it out with a new Mario game, which I don't think is likely because Odyssey's still doing great.
Yeah, but I want 2D Mario.
That would be cool. A new one instead of just we remade the first Mario on DS. Nobody wants that.
I liked Odyssey, but it really spoke to people who played Mario 64, which I didn't. They were like, this is kind of like more Mario 64, so everybody loved it. It was a good game, but 3D Mario really isn't my thing. I love me some 2D Mario, I don't think it would be that hard to crank one of those out because it's just 2D.
Right.
And I played the crap out of that on Switch, man.
Well, I played Sunshine on the GameCube when I was
Didn't play that.
7, and it kind of reminded me of that. But I never played Odyssey, and
You didn't play it, did you? That's right.
$60. It's a lot of money to fork out for a game that I wasn't completely committed to getting. But straying from my original point, either they could do so well if they actually listened to their fans. And we're bringing I don't know, virtual console to Switch. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, that was a shame. But oh man, if they not I think that's what the eShop is lacking, is a lot of first party titles, because you have God knows how many indies.
Wow.
There's so many indies, Mon, and
At
a
first
lot of them
we were
are bad.
Yeah, we were like, oh yeah, cool. You can come to the Switch and play indies. But wait, okay, there's too many. And
Where's the Nintendo games?
you can search by new and then bestsellers. They need a little bit of a better way to sort through it as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know you could put the indies in one section because there are so many, so many. You have to look up the specific game you want. If you want Odyssey, you have to look up Odyssey. You can't get Nintendo games. I think it's pretty congested up in there, man.
Yes, and that's exactly what I'm saying. If they brought a lot of first party titles like Metroid, man, imagine getting a 2D, not 2.5D. They could do 2.5D if they pulled it off right, but a sequel a chronological like sequel to sequel is always going to be like that, but a sequel to Metroid Fusion, which we still haven't gotten. Okay.
That's the last one in the timeline, right?
Yeah, and then I can talk about Samus Returns here. Then Samus Returns. Let me do a mini review of it. Okay. I wanna be the very best. I know one ever was. I was gonna do a full review, but
yeah, you have it. So, what did you think of it overall, if you had to say?
I would say I enjoyed it, but I would also say it lacked a lot of what made the other 2D Metroid games like fundamentally Metroid games, and I think that is that they're almost kind of like horror games, but not in the same way as like Outlast or anything. They just their atmosphere is so just like you feel very isolated and very like alone in this dark world trying to fight back against these non-human creatures. But the problem with Samus Returns is that it was so much like a cartoon. You could see, like, nobody talks about this. It's just me that notices this, I guess. Samus's proportions were, like, so janky looking. Like, her head was so small. She had these massive shoulders. Like, what? Like, nobody thinks that's a little too big?
She needs protection,
you
man.
know what? No. Okay?
Yeah.
Because that, like, it looks like a cartoon, and the bright colors, and like, Metroid, Super Metroid had some bright colors in it, but they pulled it off in such a way where you still felt very isolated, and it really, like, it made you feel alone. The atmosphere, it's just the atmosphere, really. But Samus Returns looked like it was so inviting, like, oh yeah, colors, fun, yeah, like it doesn't feel like the other 2D Metroid games, especially Fusion, which had a lot of bright colors, but it felt extremely cold and scary, and it was almost like a horror game anyway. But yeah, I mean, it was fine. It had some good gameplay things and whatever. But I think if people pointed out the flaws with the game more often, because we were so hyped about, oh my god, a 2D Metroid game after like 13 years. If people pointed out its flaws, maybe they could fix those things, and we'd actually get like a really, really good 2D Metroid game that had the same atmosphere.
Well, maybe they're going about it this way. They're like, well, if we talk about what's bad, then it'll go another 13 years. So it's good. Let's not point that out.
Right.
No, not really. Yeah, I understand. As far as Metroid goes, I know how much Metroid means to the community. I know Metroid fans and all. I'm a fan of Metroid, but I've only beaten Metroid 2 on Game Boy. So that's why Samus Returns, Return to Samus, which one is the actual? Samus Returns is the newest one. They just flipped it.
Yeah, Return to Samus was the Game Boy.
Yeah, so that one is the only one that would really speak to me since I've played that. I know the other ones, and I know everybody likes Super Metroid. It's arguably the best. Didn't play the first one, but I played 2, so I know how it is, and I know how important it is to everyone. But I don't have that much experience playing it. But I do think that if they did it right, they could make it really one that stuck out. Because, it actually didn't sell very well.
Right.
It's not one of the highest sellings.
No,
People just want it just critically.
Right. But I think if they... Oh, God. That's kind of one of the things that I imagined if Nintendo did. Like, just crazy surprise. I don't think it's going to happen. But, I think the desire for it is big enough that if we did get a sequel to Fusion, whether or not it was Metroid Dread, which officially stopped development in 2010, which it started. I think it was in a Game Informer magazine in 2005, but it just fell off. But if they could do a lot of stuff like that, first party titles instead of all these indies, a lot of which were mobile game ports, and mobile games are not.
Was Dread being developed by
great.
Nintendo? Or somebody under Nintendo?
I think so.
So it wasn't like that.
I think it was the same team that was developing Fusion that made it.
Okay, so it wasn't like another Metroid remake. People like somebody off. It was an actual.
Yeah, it was a
studio.
Nintendo game, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so there is a chance then they could have just scooped that up and went quiet on it and just waiting to drop it.
Well, in 2010,
yeah, it's been plenty of time.
I was listening to Nintendo Voice Chat from IGN, and what's his name? Craig Harris or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about that. He saw the script or whatever it was for Dread, but it still exists, so they could revive it whenever they chose to. But right now it's just we don't hear anything about it from Nintendo because nobody asks, I guess, or Nintendo just doesn't care to talk about it.
Nintendo does things so weird.
I know.
Like, why not just go straight forward and not necessarily do exactly what fans want, but do what makes sense?
Right.
Like, for example, the mobile app. You've heard about that, right? For playing like Splatoons and all that.
Yeah, the voice chat thing.
Yeah, like I can understand maybe if the Switch doesn't have the potential to do it, but like there has to be a different way than doing that. Like they can't. Why do you have to go so roundabout with their way of doing things? And everybody knows that that's Nintendo and that's how they do things. But why do they have to do stuff like that?
It's ridiculous. I mean, heck, they could have made like a thing that, I don't know, plugs into the Switch in the USB-C port as a microphone, and and they have an app that you can download from the eShop for voice chat, and like you can bring your friends list onto that app, or they'll be connected like that, and you can just talk to them like that when you join their game. Like, is it that hard?
Do you know at first that cell phone app, you couldn't turn your phone off because if your phone screen went off, then you lost connection. They updated to where now that's not a problem. That shouldn't be a thing, but that's a thing.
Why is that ever a problem?
That was a thing that they had to fix. But the last few years on E3, Nintendo's focused on one game. Like it was Breath of the Wild, and then it was Odyssey. Yeah. So obviously it's probably going to be Smash this year. If they keep with the tradition of focusing on one game.
Right. Well, I think one of the problems we might run into with this conference, or are they going to do like a pre-recorded thing this time?
They always do direct. Nintendo plays by their own rules.
Yep. But I think
we'll get more puppets.
Woo! Yeah. But I think a big problem is that they've already spoken about so much of what they're working on, that I don't know how many surprises or new things they can really announce at E3.
That's what the Treehouse is for.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they did announce Samus Returns in the Treehouse.
Yeah, everybody's like, what? What the heck, man?
What? Like, that's a big deal, man.
Like,
that should be in the main show.
Yeah, we're like, oh, well, Nintendo, they did their thing. Like, wait, there's more?
I know. Like, a lot of people even missed it. A lot of people missed it because it was in Treehouse. Like, they just stopped watching.
They nonchalantly, they're like, oh, yeah, we're also playing a new Metroid. Well, what was that?
Wait.
Like, come on.
2D? What?
Yeah, so they'll be like, focus on E3. But I did like the way they did their not random, but rapid, showing the game, show some of it. The list of the way they've been doing their
their directs.
Yeah, with the list of things.
I do like that.
I like those because you get a bunch of stuff and they show you enough about it. So if they do it like that, then they can just rattle off a bunch of things,
right?
And then have 10, 15 minutes devoted to Smash, show some characters,
right? But it is E3, so I think they
show
probably show Goku. Wow, yeah, I mean,
hashtag Goku and Smash.
Good, yeah, Goku has joined the battle or whatever they say with that screen with the text and all. But since it's E3, they probably want to do something at least somewhat creative, as opposed to their regular directs throughout the months.
I don't think so.
Where they do like an intro, like, welcome to our E3 direct. I hope you yeah, with Reggie. Yeah.
No, I was just talking about the Japanese. It's being translated.
Oh, yeah.
Or and maybe they even have the new president out there.
Oh, they do. Yeah, the president of Big Shot,
the actual
all of Nintendo.
The main president now, because the last one was just taking the place, holding it.
Right, like people thought that he was doing good enough that he was just going to stay there.
That's what I thought. Like, hey, just let him be the new president.
The guy himself said, "I'm old. Like a younger guy can understand the audience a lot better." So they brought in this younger dude that Arlo was actually talking about this. That blue puppet dude. He was.
I'm glad you know about this.
Yeah. But they brought in a new guy, and he hasn't really been in there long, so it's not like he could make any big decisions just yet.
But he's done a lot in the past. He's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been working, and he's finally there. Quick fact: did you know that in the 120 year, however long Nintendo's been around, there's only been 6 presidents?
That was Nintendo's been around since the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
Since 1889.
There's only been
98.
6 presidents, and normally they go as far as like a bloodline, like successors.
Oh yeah, the Yamauchi people.
So whenever Iwata died, that kind of threw it off, and it had to have like an interim and then this. So him dying made it to where there was 2 extra ones. There would probably only be like maybe 5 now, or still he would probably still be.
Wasn't Iwata the first president of Nintendo that wasn't a Yamauchi?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like all this time, there's only been 6, and only these last 2 because he died. So there was still only been 4 probably in that much time. Like they take their crap seriously.
That's crazy.
I'm like, hey, you want to be president? No, they don't do that. Like you have to.
Right. Like, man, that's up there.
What else, Nintendo?
Well, we haven't even started talking about these leaks. Yeah, we have some windows open for all this.
Oh. I guess we didn't even need them.
Right. Well, hey, we have plenty to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so there was this leak, and you can't really trust the leaks that well.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. But this was posted 1 week ago by a lazy man. It's not lazy, it's 2 Z's. It was on GameSpot.com and their forums. It's been archived, obviously. It would be. So he apparently leaked the entire press conference. And God, I was watching the video that was talking about this. And some guy in the comments said, you forgot to mention that he admitted that it was all fake. But, I don't know how reliable that comment was either. But we're going to read about this and talk about it.
All right.
Okay, so the first thing he says is Nintendo's releasing details about their online service on May 7th. May 7th is passed. They did that. They said, what did they say? They said the online service is going to come with a Nintendo Entertainment System type thing. And they talked about, I don't know. I only paid attention to the first part because
there's going to be 20 games. They announced 10 of the games. They're going to have online capability. You can get it 1 month, 3 months, or a year. Right,
and it's a good price. It's like $12. How much is it for a year?
It's $20 for a year, but you can get a family package where you can have up to 8 people on one for $35.
Wow, that's not bad.
Everybody's going to get this.
Yes.
And a lot of people are getting upset, like, oh, we have to pay for online now. They said that eventually you would have to.
Right.
They were saying that you get it free for a trial, and it's great.
I thought they were going to start it in January.
Yeah, they were supposed to start in fall of last year, actually, but they just delayed it and pushed it back.
When I got my Switch in December, it was like the 30th or something, or 27th, 30th, or 28th, I don't know. It asked about the online service and was like, would you like to sign up for this? And I chose the 1 year thing because it was like $12 then or something. And
we'll get back
can't wait. And then I'm like, where is it?
It's there. Just use it.
It's been like 5 weeks, man.
I play Splatoon all the time, and I love it. It's great. $20.
Dude,
that's one thing you can't complain about. Like, it's not super expensive. For what you're getting, $20.
That's good.
It's fine.
So the next thing he says, the service goes live on September 24th. That's correct, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they announced that too.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before they
I don't know if they said
that.
24th, but I know they said September for sure.
Well, I mean, I ain't gonna check it, I guess, but I think it was 24th. Service offers dedicated voice chat through an existing chat service.
Yeah.
Discord being the most popular choice, exclusive eShop discounts, and a Games with Gold PlayStation Plus-like service where the retro games are given to people every month and are allowed to keep the games as long as they have the service. So it's a lot like Virtual Console, I guess, with the classic games part.
So if the games are available and you get to keep them like PlayStation Plus, then that's fine. If it turns out to where they just cycle through and you have access to what's there at this point, then that sucks.
That would suck.
Unless you can download and buy them.
Right. Like, I wish it was as simple as they just have a section in the eShop dedicated to classic games.
Yeah.
And they had that separated into consoles like NES, SNES, GameCube.
Yeah, they're only saying NES now, so hopefully they will break it down into sections like that.
Right. And then but if they just had $8 a game or $4, that'd be better, of course. But if you could just buy the games and download them and that's it, instead of having to do this service.
That's what I was talking about.
Like, it's so simple.
Why Nintendo?
It's like free money.
Just do it. Wait.
Like, I read this article. I think it was this article that was titled Does Nintendo hate money or not like money? I'm like,
Exactly.
like, dude, like it's just so easy, man.
Like, make enough SNES classics, make enough NES classics, make enough Switches, make a straightforward online service.
It'd be so easy. But I guess one reason they may not have done that is because their online service was probably so limited in that, oh, you can play online with your friends. But what else? Because all the other online services offer games every month, as well as playing online with people.
Oh, yeah.
So they needed something to add to that. But I guess retro games were the only way they could do that, because how else would they do it? I mean, I guess if they offer discounts on current, like, first-party titles, but they don't have many of those either.
But that's what they have to pull on, because everybody loves classic Nintendo games. That's what they have that. So, yeah, them announcing that is good, because everybody wants to play Mario 3 again.
Exactly. Oh, and I think that was actually one of the launch titles that they have.
Along with tennis.
I do look forward to that.
And golf.
Wow.
Balloon fight.
Favorite game of all time on
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Wow.
Regular old Mario Bros.
Who likes that game? Does anybody like that game?
Some people, they're dead now.
Oh, yeah, of course they are.
That was old.
Oh, it's very old. Next thing he says is Nintendo is ditching the Virtual Console brand. Wow. Before they even officially announced it, and replacing it with Nintendo Classics. Games offered through this are much cheaper than they were before, and is going to launch with NES and GBA games.
Wait, what?
NES and GBA games in August, with SNES and N64 games being made available late 2018, early 2019.
Well, I did not know about that part.
I did not know about that part either.
Oh,
NES and GBA.
wow.
See.
Okay.
GBA
right.
games. Okay, this is a leak, so grain of salt.
Oh, man, I forgot about the grain of salt.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, man, I got super excited. Oh, yeah, I forgot it's a leak.
Dang it. Man, but
But
GBA.
yeah, he's been right with a lot of things so far.
But people, when they talk about the whole, like, what could Virtual Console have, or what could their Nintendo Classics thing have? I hear people talk about the NES, of course, the SNES, and some people talk about the N64. Almost everybody talks about the GameCube because of that supposed thing that they put on the system back in, like, January. But nobody talks about the GBA, and I think the GBA had, like, some very good Nintendo games.
If they were to do in succession going next, with the classics thing, the GBA would be next.
Right.
Because a lot of people are also talking about 64. Like, we're getting kind of in the weeds. If they did a N64 classic, we're talking like, what, 5-10 games? Because these games are huge. You're not paying like a deluxe thing. But with GBA, they could pack a good bit in there. Man,
if they have GBA games on Switch, people say, just buy GBA. But, like, no. I want all my games in one place.
The Switch is way more capable of playing GBA games. You could
It is so perfect for it, right? Because, I mean, it's just like the GBA, but it's bigger, HD screen, it's backlit. It's so much
Once again,
better.
Money, Nintendo. But I hope I consume a lot of media, and that's the first I'm hearing of that part. Yeah, that would be great.
I could just imagine playing Metroid Zero Mission or Fusion.
Like a year from now, if all this was true, once again, the Switch would be, and Nintendo would be sitting good.
This is all true, I'm following this guy on the forums.
Yeah, like they did so good with the first year with all those games. Like, okay, we got games, good. And then like the second year, they focus on the infrastructure, which is so bare bones now. They focus on that and got quality of life things going. Then they'd have the first 2 years would be great, and like Switch would just be killing it. They want to try to sell 20 million by the end of this year.
Well, if they can really knock this E3 out of the park, like they could do so well. It's so obvious the things they could do to make this so good.
And then they show all that stuff at E3 and be like, before the end of the year, all of it. Like, okay, I'm in. Because usually when Nintendo says that, they stick to it.
Right.
Like, they delayed the online, but they delayed us paying for it, which, okay, I'm cool with that.
Right.
But usually, they stick to the things they say.
Right.
Zelda's supposed to come out in March. It came out in March. Mario in the fall. It came out in the fall. They didn't push anything back. So if they say they're going to do it on E3, then it's pretty much a lock, man. That would be great.
Awesome. Well, GBA games, I'm very hopeful of that because some of my favorite, top 3 games of all time. I say this to everybody. Shadow of the Colossus. Okay, number 1, hands down. Have the PS4 remake, the special edition. Oh God, it's so good. And then number 2 is Zero Mission on the Game Boy Advance, and
I've heard
Fusion,
this so many
Metroid
times.
Fusion on the Game Boy Advance. Like, it's just such an obvious thing to do, but
And
nobody talks about it.
And I know how many good games there are out there, but also that brings up the point of like, yes, there are several good games on GBA, but what are they going to pick to put out first? And how long are you going to have to wait?
Well, they should probably put the obviously best games like Fusion and Zero Mission, Super Circuit. That'd be great. WarioWare Twisted was really good.
Balloon Fight on GBA, right?
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
So, Nintendo E3 presentation is currently 36 minutes long. 36 minutes long. Like, that's pretty specific.
That would be one of those rapid fire ones. Even though if in that much time they could get a lot of information out.
It's like, man, hype would keep on going. And then Treehouse. And it actually talks about it next. It's 36 minutes long and focuses only on Switch titles, with Treehouse being used to announce and show 3DS titles.
36 minutes of Switch titles. Wow. I can get pretty excited about that, man.
Yeah.
Just Switch, no 3DS up in there.
Yes.
Oh, man.
And it seems like they're trying to weed out the 3DS, because Treehouse is kind of their,
Yeah.
it's kind of what they did last year.
They're not abandoning 3DS by any means, but they want to just make, we want to focus on talking about the Switch here and talk about the 3DS here, which is cool.
It's fine.
I mean, you'll know where to go to find out what you want to hear
Right.
about.
But, like, 3DS, like, if you have a Switch, why do you need a 3DS? Like, understand there's a certain novelty to it. I have a 3DS.
You still have one? No, you don't.
No, my sister does. I have a 2DS right there, and it's not mine. It's my sister's. I need to give it back to her.
Yeah.
It's fine. Right. But, like, why? Why are they still making 3DS titles? I try to think about what could make that justifiable. But the Switch is basically a mobile console. It's like you can bring it anywhere, and the battery life is not bad. Like, it lasts long enough for you to do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So 3DS, it just seems like they just don't want to let it go because it did so well during its lifetime.
And it's still doing well because I don't know where this was talked about. One reason they said they released a statement talking about, they're doing this because not everybody can afford to buy a Switch for every child or whatever in the household. Like, you can get 3DSs and 2DSs for like $70, $80 now. They brought up a good point with that. Like, it's a lot cheaper to get devices for multiple people until the Switch, gets a price cut or something like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it's still a console. So,
Right.
So it has a console price. It's just portable. It's not a portable.
Right.
Which I understand, but just try, if you're going to do that, release games on both systems. Like that Mario Party game should have been on Switch. The mini game collection,
Right.
that should have been on Switch. Or understand,
Really?
like, just release them both, and then if those who have the 3DS will get it there, and those who have the Switch, you'll
Right.
make twice as much.
Or if that's really the case, then they probably shouldn't release really big name titles on the 3DS. Like, I guess the Mario Party thing was on the 3DS because I don't really know anything about that.
Yeah, it's something I've been talking about forever, to take the best Mario Party mini games and put them together. So that's what they did. The top 100
For kids.
For anybody who likes Mario Party.
On 3DS.
Yolanda has it.
Well, it's good for her, I guess.
Oh, man. But it should have been on Switch, because sitting around playing your Switch, it's like...
It's obvious what they should do, but I mean, I guess I can
just
understand it.
Let's go. This is Nintendo. Let's go this way.
We don't care about money. We care about the fans.
We'll get there eventually. See? And we're there. And it's 2 years from now.
It's like, dude, okay, I guess they don't want to seem greedy. Like, we care about the fans, okay? But look, what the fans want would get you so rich, okay? Like, go for the money, because that's where we are. Like, come on, man. So, the next thing, the first reveal of the Spyro trilogy coming to Switch, though there's a reason they've been waiting to reveal it.
Exclusive Nintendo content, maybe? What? I don't know.
You can play as Mario and Spyro.
Mario's the villain. They redid it.
Oh well.
Did you like Spyro?
I played
growing up?
a Spyro
Since you're
game.
younger than me?
Oh yeah. I played a Spyro game on the GameCube. Chris. He had a GameCube at when he lived on Lilac Street. this is like family stuff, so it's not like you understand what's going on. But he had a GameCube. He had a lot of games. Like, it was crazy the amount of games he had. He had Prime, Metroid Prime.
Was the first place you played it?
Yes, I think so. But he had a Spyro game, and I played some of it, and it was fun, but it wasn't like, it didn't leave an impression on me. So I don't know if I'd buy it, but it's pretty cool that they're bringing Spyro, because I know people are probably like crazy fans of Spyro.
Yeah, those are pretty much the same people who were excited about Crash when it came out. I care more about Crash than I do Spyro, and I don't care that much about Crash. I remember Spyro coming out on PlayStation, like, oh, cool, yeah. 3D platformers all over the place. And I played the first one, but I wasn't invested in the series. But once again, it just fits perfectly on Switch. 3D platformers.
It looks like a lot of fun too. There's a lot of bright colors in the game, and like it's a very Nintendo game right there. But not much to talk about there. Fire Emblem is next. Surprise, surprise, is next, and the title for it is Lustrous Daybreak. Wow.
I know there's
coming holiday this year.
I know there's Fire Emblem fans out there. I'm not one of them. They've made plenty of Fire Emblem games. They could cut it some slack for this year, but they're not going to, though.
I played a Fire Emblem game on GBA, like when I was 5.
Tactical strategy just isn't my jam at all.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. Like, plus I just couldn't figure it out. Like, so I moved from there to there, and what comes next?
I understand.
It wasn't fun to me.
It's just I don't like that kind of fighting.
It seemed very point and click to me. Like
Justin is really into tactical games like that. He loved Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, see, I've never been into games. Would you consider Mario plus Rabbids or whatever that game was called? Okay, yeah, that's why I couldn't get into that.
But that one's fun though. It makes it fun.
I guess.
Because I mean, I got it to GameFly, and Yolanda was playing it, and even Evan was playing it. They were both loving it.
Oh, you might want to move closer. Ouch, my toe. Yeah, so I don't really care much about that, but Lustrous Daybreak, that's a very specific thing. Like, he better be right, or nobody's going to trust him anymore.
I mean, you're not gonna buy it based on the name, just
right. But the fact that he would provide information like that, I guess that would prove his credibility if that turned out to be true.
Did you say lustrous or illustrious?
Lustrous.
Okay, it'll come out and be illustrious. Well, you got it wrong.
Screw you. I just heard it wrong, guys. It's fine. Next thing, Yoshi is next. Now subtitled Flipped Around. Flipped Around is its subtitle.
Coming out with a new Yoshi game.
Yeah, and features the same amiibo functionality as Woolly World. Releases in August. I don't care about Yoshi.
I don't care. I care about Yoshi. I don't care about that game.
Like, okay.
I didn't care about Woolly World.
Was it Yoshi's Island, the first Yoshi game?
The first game that was a Yoshi game, yes. Which was actually Super Mario 2, right? Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
I don't know.
Yeah, with Baby Mario.
I mean, you would know, I guess. But wasn't it like... I thought of it as like, when I hear the name, I think of like a side-scroller with Yoshi, like jumping around over things.
Yeah, and you got Baby Mario on your back, and you can't drop him off. If he falls off, he starts crying, and you're eating enemies and...
Oh, is that what it is?
Producing eggs.
Was it a 2D game?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a puzzle game, like Tetris. Maybe I'm thinking of Dr. Mario.
Or Yoshi's Cookie and Yoshi, but... Yoshi's Island, the 2D, Baby Mario.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
That's that one.
Well, I don't care about Yoshi. New Paper Mario game is next, and is not being developed by Intelligent Systems. I guess Intelligent Systems made, like, Thousand Year Door.
That's what I was fixing to say. I guess they made the last ones.
Yeah, I mean, I played Thousand Year Door on the GameCube back in the day, back in my day. And it was fun, but I got stuck at one part, and I just lost interest. Goes back to the traditional partner-style gameplay, but still heavily features the character limitations imposed for Sticker Star and Color Splash, coming 2019.
I don't think... which one? Was it Sticker Star and then Color Splash?
I think Color Splash was the last one.
Okay, yeah, I don't think that one did too well.
I'm not surprised. Nobody cares about that. Mario DLC is coming. Mario Odyssey DLC.
Heard about that.
Is next. Luigi is being released that day as a playable character and adds 70 unique moons to the game. Wario and Waluigi are also being made playable characters with 70 moons each as well. No tentative release date on the other two characters, but they are being made playable at the show floor.
They talked about that on NBC, and everybody's like, Waluigi. I don't know if I want that.
When I was watching the video talking about this, they said that the guy who made Waluigi doesn't even like Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Like he reminds me of the villain from
every silent film.
No.
Ever.
No, you know that Meet the Robinsons.
Yes.
Yeah, he reminds
Bowler
me.
hat guy.
Yeah, he reminds me of the villain guy, the French dude that was depressed as a kid. You know, he had like a dark area around his eyes. Yeah, I don't like Waluigi either. He's kind of retarded. Mario's cool.
Now, real quick aside, the argument. Do you believe that Wario and Waluigi are brothers? Are they brothers?
I didn't know people thought that they weren't. I thought, of course they are.
There was some. I mean, what you're just assuming?
What
right?
are they? What is Waluigi like Wario's nephew or something? Like
I mean, like they could just be friends.
Right. What are? Okay.
No, I'm just saying. There's two sides. I don't.
So if Mario and Luigi are brothers,
you just found somebody named Waluigi. Like we should team up and take out those guys. I don't know.
Right, but like they're opposite. I mean,
there are people out there. Like there's two sides. There's a whole thing.
Is there a canon to it?
There's some. There's nothing definitive to say either way. It's just like what people think. I always assumed that they were brothers as well, and then whenever I started hearing about this, I'm like,
maybe
they're not.
Maybe they're not.
Because Wario makes crazy sense, and then Waluigi like, all right, y'all are just come on.
Like Waluigi has never gotten his own game. Like nobody really cares all that much about him. Next thing he says is Activision makes some announcements. Crash Bandicoot amiibo is being made that adds harder time trials to the Insane Trilogy. I need to slow down. And is teased.
I could see that happening.
That would make. And is teased to have some kind of functionality with Spyro Trilogy. That kind of makes sense. Aren't they made by the same people?
Vicarious Visions, I think did them both. Yes.
Okay.
I know Vicarious Visions did Crash.
Well, that would make sense then. But I'm uninterested. I mean, are you going to buy? Or Insane Trilogy is already out, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would. As far as I would go would be to try to get Evan into it, but that game can get kind of frustrating, and I don't think that would be a good idea.
You're right. So not much there. It's Black Ops 4 Battle Royale.
It's Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4. It's battle.
I like messing with it. Yeah.
Wow. It's coming to Switch with crossplay with PC and Xbox.
Yeah, just the Battle Royale part.
But regular Black Ops 4 is not coming to Switch. It says.
Yeah, they're just gonna just the Battle Royale mode for Black Ops on Switch. Like the way Fortnite on PS4, the free part is, the Battle Royale. It's going to be like that. Is what they're saying.
But they wouldn't bring Black Ops 4 to it. Mm-hmm. Well, they're jumping on the Fortnite bandwagon, I guess.
Everybody's jumping on the Black Ops. I mean, the
Fortnite
Battle Royale bandwagon.
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing. PUBG didn't PUBG start it? Like they're like the OG thing.
Yeah, they're the one where it started getting popular again. Battle Royale has been a while, but been out for a while. But everybody was like, "Oh, I didn't know how cool this actually was." When they did that, and then Fortnite like, "We can do it too." And then Radical Heights, "We can do it too," and then Black Ops, really?
Black Ops, I can't. Is it going to be first person? Like a first person battle royale thing?
I didn't think about the fact that yes, it would have to be.
Well, I mean that'll make it unique, I guess, because all the other ones are third person, like far back third person. I think they are Fortnite. That might be closer. Sega reveals their Sega Ages line for the West, and two of the games they're releasing under it are the first two Sonic Adventure games. Wow.
Do you have any thoughts? Because I didn't play any of those.
I played Sonic Adventure 2. I think I played Sonic Adventure 2. I played one of them. Okay.
Is this when they started not being good anymore?
It depends, because I started playing it as a kid on the GameCube, obviously, and I enjoyed the games. Those are their games with the Chow garden thing. You know what the Chow are, right?
Mm-mm.
Those little cute creatures with the floating ball over their heads, with the pointy heads.
I can imagine.
Blue and yellow. Well, I enjoyed that, but when me, my brother, and my uncle, that brings back some memories. When
2018 season 2.
no, when I played it, we all just stayed in the Chow Garden. We didn't play much of the story, but we still enjoyed a lot of the story. But I think that may have been the turning point for the Sonic games. Like, that is when, like, from that point on, Sonic games sucked. And, with the exception of Sonic, what was it called? The 2D one that came out recently for Switch.
It's on my Switch.
Like All-Stars? No, it's not
Sonic
All-Stars.
Mania.
Sonic Mania. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Sonic Mania. Yeah, I mean, that was good. But Sonic Adventure games, I'm pretty sure I'm talking about the right thing. I would be interested in that.
It's cool to have. I'm glad to have you here because, like, I didn't play any of the Sonic Adventure games, but I hear people talking about them. Sometimes some people are like, Sonic Adventure 1 is good, Sonic 2 is not good, Sonic 2 is good, 1 is not good. So to have somebody that actually played it, because I didn't play any of them.
Right. Well, 2 generations of
that's why it's cool.
Gamer thing here. It helps. Supersonic Racing is revealed and takes inspiration from Sonic R. I don't even know what Sonic R is. With some characters like Sonic running on their own, while characters like Tails use vehicles. Some kind of Nintendo exclusive content is teased for the game as well. What is Sonic R?
Racing. Like it was a racing game.
Was it good?
I think it was okay. It was no Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, which was a fantastic game. It was better than it should have been. But yeah, I don't think that is. But a new Sonic racing game, if it takes inspiration from Racing Transformed, then cool. That type of gameplay. It doesn't have to have the transforming aspect, but just take what made that game good. R, I didn't play, but I just know that it existed, and I wasn't trying to play any more Sonic racing games because it just doesn't make any sense to put Sonic in a car.
Yeah, and that's what it does say. Sonic is running on his own, while characters like Tails are using vehicles. I think it makes sense for Tails to use a vehicle because he's always in like contraptions and things.
Yeah, he's probably sure he made it too because he's supposed to be super smart.
Right, exactly. But Sonic is like, I don't know how that would work because steering a car is way different than running like with a character on their own. I mean, I guess it could work if they were similar speeds or had different effects or abilities. Cool. Now this next thing I'm pretty interested in. Next is a Metroid Prime 4 gameplay trailer.
Heard about this.
Coming 2019. I expected the 2019 thing. I did not think it was going to be released this year.
You expected 2019 for the game to come out?
Yeah.
After all we got was a logo last year?
Oh, is 2019 too early, Mode?
What I'm saying is...
I thought...
Okay, so are you under the impression that they had more done and they only showed us the logo last year?
No, I thought... Okay. Everybody was saying, are we going to get it holiday 2018?
I knew that wasn't going to
happen.
And
I'm like, everybody was saying this, and they were like, oh, like, even like Big Shot gaming commentary companies are talking about this. I'm like, it's obvious that's not going to be the case. Like, it takes a lot of time to make games, man.
Yeah.
And like, a game like that, they would want to make sure that it's good after bringing it back after all these years. And so, I'm thinking, I'm being very just, at the best, summer 2019, in my opinion. But I think fall or holiday even 2019 would make a lot of sense because games take some time, and I know they want to make this as good as they can. Your opinion?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I say I would hope that like all they showed was the logo, and the logo wasn't like, we're making Metroid Prime 4. Here's the logo, and like, okay, let's get started.
Oh, God, I hope not. No,
Yeah,
I think they had something, but not enough to show. Like, they probably had code written. They had maybe the script written out. I don't know. They may have finished writing the story for it.
I think they should do something like just show the same logo trailer, like show it, and then put in development, and then like scramble it, and then like extend the trailer from there.
Oh,
and then because everybody be like, we already saw this, and then like they just like, oh, we're just joking. We got more to show you.
Oh, and it's actual gameplay. Like, whoa, where did you get this much done so fast?
And not just a regular cinematic trailer. They do a gameplay trailer of it. 2019. I want it to be true. Fall 2019. I want it to be true.
Okay. What do you think would be more realistic? 2020?
I know how long games take, but I'm trying to think about how long this type of game would take.
Well, I could tell you Prime 1. When did the GameCube come out? Like 2000? 2002?
I want to say maybe 2002.
Well, hang on. Here, I can just look it up right here. GameCube US release.
Because once again, I didn't.
September 14th, 2001.
Okay.
And it was orange. Oh, wait, no, they had an orange version. That's weird.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Orange lunchbox.
And it's like Nearsighted Gamer Yellow. Yeah. Orange.
I know you live.
So 2001, Metroid Prime, the first one, came out in 2002 alongside Fusion. That's like 1 year from that release date. So I know, games take longer maybe now because, they're so much better looking and all.
Yeah. That's what I said, but I don't know what.
But technology has also evolved with that.
This type of game will take, like, Last of Us and, those big cinematic games and stuff like that. Of course, those are going to take longer, but there's no voice acting in this that we know of. So that takes that down. So it's just,
Well, Prime 3 had voice acting, surprisingly. Not from Samus, but from other characters like Federation soldiers.
Okay, well, yeah, there's not a huge script, probably, unless we don't know.
Right.
That's why I don't know how long this one will take. I would hope for 2019. That would be great, because that would, coincide with, whatever Nintendo's going to do for their third year. They would definitely have Metroid Prime backing them up.
Right. Heck, man, they could do a lot with that. In fact, heck, E3 2019, they say Metroid Prime 4 releases after the Direct. Oh my god! Like, dang! Yes!
I love those kind of announcements.
Oh man, those are fantastic. Everybody freaks out, especially when they're big. Wow. Okay, so Prime 4, I'm pretty excited, even though I never played a lot of Prime games. I played the first one, and I enjoyed it, but we'll see how that goes.
First person, I didn't like them, but I know why people do like them. Because it was a different take, and they actually did a good job on it.
Right, but I'll always prefer the 2D games. That's why I want one on Switch.
Yeah.
Let's get it going. Pokemon for Switch is revealed. It's a new take on Red and Blue and features graphics that are midway between Sun and Moon and Pokken.
Did you ever own any Pokemon games?
I had Emerald and Sapphire on the GBA.
I did not. All I have is watching maybe 1 or 2 seasons of the show. That's my
Wow. Well, I can tell you the Pokemon games on the GBA were, in my view, the best. They were like a very pretty version of the Game Boy games.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Pokemon GameCube games, which I'm guessing are going to be more like this new Switch game, unless this guy's right and it is like Red and Blue, or a new take on Red and Blue, so it could be a different view. But my favorite Pokemon games were top-down, whereas the ones on GameCube were like third-person, and you were running around in the world, going to Pokemon gyms and all. So I figure, since it says a new take, and this is, again, a grain of salt, so this isn't what's going to happen. A new take on Red and Blue might be Red and Blue's story, whatever its story was, if it even had one, but with a different perspective since it's a Switch game. But, they could do the remake of A Link to the Past on the 3DS and do a top-down thing, but it still looks really pretty. So, I'm interested in that, because I did like the GBA Pokemon games. Now, this is weird. Five Nights at Freddy's is coming to Switch. I guess it makes sense, but who cares? But Five Nights at Freddy's is coming to Switch. Though reports are coming in. That content may have been censored in Scott Cawthon's end.
Yeah.
Not enforced by Nintendo. Coming out in the fall. So.
That was just gonna fly under the radar, man.
So what was censored? I didn't play the game, so I don't know what.
I don't know. Maybe just disturbing images of some kind. Maybe there's like a knife.
Oh wow! But they'll allow Galgun on the Switch though.
How do you know about Galgun?
Don't worry about it, Mom. I saw
you don't worry about it. I know about it.
I saw PewDiePie play it.
Yeah, of course he did. I'm PewDiePie. I played the
He doesn't talk like that. Okay.
And I have a microphone in my face.
Wow, coming out in the fall. Okay. Wow, Five Nights at Freddy's. I hope you were all excited about that because I'm not. Okay. I don't care about Five Nights at Freddy's.
I don't either.
It was so popular with like 12-year-olds.
I don't even know anybody.
Just a couple of years ago. Yeah. Okay, so this is near the end. 2 trailers, and then we have a lot more leaks from Walmart Canada. Oh God. 2 trailers, wow, for Smash Bros. For Switch are the last things. One reveals Captain Toad, okay, and the other reveals Crash Bandicoot and Spyro.
Yes.
This is why they've been quiet about the Switch version of the trilogy. Gameplay is shown and is a mix of Smash 4 and Melee, being very colorful yet detailed.
Exactly. Crash on Smash and a Crash amiibo.
Dude,
that'd
be perfect. What about a Spyro amiibo? That'd be just like the that game that was on PlayStation, wasn't it? Was it on PlayStation or Xbox?
Are you talking about Shovel Knight?
No. The Toys to Life game that really started it all.
Oh, Skylanders.
Skylander. Wasn't Spyro part of that?
Yeah, it was Skylanders Spyro's Adventure.
Wasn't there a Spyro toy? Because
I
mean, if it was a Spyro amiibo, it'd basically be that.
I like that game, and there was certain toys of those that I thought were cool. I thought the Spyro one was cool.
Well, they could do it. It would make sense.
It's just that there's hype from Crash from it coming out on PlayStation and then coming to this. There's already hype behind it. There's hype behind the announcement of the Spyro game, which hasn't came out yet.
Right.
So I feel like maybe wait and put Spyro if he does come. But I would totally see Crash because like all the hype he's carrying with him.
Yeah, I mean they got the Insane trilogy out.
Yeah,
like, people are playing it. I'm sure there's hype for it, but haven't kept up with it. But it says it's a mix of Smash 4, which I'm guessing was the Wii U thing, and Melee. Melee was my favorite.
Melee then Brawl or Brawl then Melee?
Melee and then Brawl. Melee was on GameCube and Brawl was on the Wii. I actually have it.
Okay, and then I actually have the Wii U one. For some reason, you should have got Mario Kart.
Yeah, I played it. I played the Wii U one. It was not Melee.
We're not gonna get into it, but I don't get Smash.
Oh yeah, it's not a fighting game, guys.
You just
listen to him.
You smash the buttons.
So what do you do in Smash Bros, Mom?
You smash the buttons. Exactly.
Okay.
We're not gonna get into it.
But it's coming out in September alongside the online service. Ice Climbers. This is the last one. Ice Climbers are set to be revealed during the Treehouse Live.
Because they were not in the last one.
They weren't?
Mm-mm. They couldn't make it work for the 3DS version, so they took it out of the Wii U. They took them out of the Wii U version.
Wow.
Because they didn't want to have, this one having, that one not.
Right. Ice Climbers. But Ice Climbers hasn't been a game since the NES? Was there an Ice Climbers game after the NES?
No, but I'm talking about the characters.
Right.
They've been in all of them.
Oh, wait. You mean this for the Smash games?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ice Climbers has playable characters, not...
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I always thought of it as like a new Ice Climbers game.
No, but a lot of people like Ice Climbers in the game. They were like a lot of people's main characters, along with DDD, Day-Day-Day.
DDD.
D-Day-D.
Day-Day.
D-Day-Day. I like D-Day-Day.
Wow. I mean, I didn't play with Ice Climbers. I tried them, but I always play with Kirby. Like they say, I don't know what people say about Kirby.
I actually never did think I never thought about asking you. Kirby's your character in Smash?
Oh yeah. That's I almost all play with. I play with Samus sometimes just because Samus, woo, and then Link. But I don't play.
Are you one of those cheap Kirby players who just spams that one move?
Look,
I do know about that.
Correct.
I do know about that.
Shut up.
You're one of those?
No. Kirby's moveset is limited. Okay?
The next time you're at my house, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna challenge you to a game of Smash, and I'm gonna beat you.
Man, look, okay. I've tried to learn Kirby's moves because I know the whole like falling down on people move can get a little repetitive.
What about Zelda? I thought you like Zelda so much. There's like 3 links to pick from, right?
Wow, no. Well, I mean on this new one maybe,
Yeah,
but
one on Wii U, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play. I played with Link sometimes. Zelda.
Yeah.
I didn't play with Zelda because I knew her as you can turn into Sheik.
What?
And then what?
Yeah, you take a 100-year nap for her in the new Zelda game. But anyway, yeah. What about Samus, huh?
I said I play with Samus sometimes.
Okay.
Just not.
She's not good enough.
No, she's not.
Zero Suit Samus.
She doesn't.
You got the whip, right?
Wow.
Well, she has a whip, right?
Right. Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So
that was a lot. That was a lot.
That was a lot, and that took up a lot of time. But it's not like we have a time limit. So what do you think personally will come out of Nintendo at E3? We read the leaks, but like, what would you expect?
They don't necessarily have a lot to prove, but they have a lot that people expect of them as this being their sophomore year. I think they're going to lean heavy into Smash because it's what they got coming this fall, and they haven't said anything, but it's going to launch with their online. Because if Smash comes out and for like even a second you're not able to play online right when it comes out, people will riot.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
Nintendo guys go to work. Where's the building?
Yeah, then you're just a note is being held hostage. We won't online for Smash now. But yeah, so the online has to come out first, then Smash. We're gonna lean heavy into that.
We have Iwata. He's not really dead.
Show a lot of the roster. Maybe like trickle some more out before the game comes out. But like really tell you all you need to know about it.
Okay.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to have some, little things here and there, a couple surprises, but I think they're going to focus on Smash.
Yeah, I think Smash is going to roll the show, and I think they're going to show a little bit of Prime, and then I think Prime, Prime, Pokemon, and Smash are going to be like the 3 big things there. I think people like me that are very hopeful about a 2D Metroid game on Switch, which nobody talks about, understandably, because we just got Samus Returns, and nobody really expects anything.
Just to tide you over.
It's just like, yeah, it just tied me over just a little bit, even though it flawed in a lot of ways. I think if they showed a 2D Metroid game being in development, Metroid Dread in development for the Nintendo Switch.
Federation Force 2, 2D. Federation Force 2D. Don't do it. It's not worth it. But yeah, like. They do their 36 minutes to do their their rapid shot. Keep messing it up. Rapid fire, direct thing.
Right.
They'll talk about Smash. They'll probably, like when they did with Splatoon, whenever they showed the random things, and they showed like the Octopath, the Octo expansion coming.
Octopath.
The Octo expansion coming, and then after that they talked about it a little more. They'll probably do that with Smash. They'll like end it with a trailer for it, showing characters, showing maybe some gameplay, because it's not everybody knows what the gameplay is going to look like. All they'll want to know is like how good it looks or how different it looks. They'll show like a couple of stages probably, but they'll still do other things and have them have a little bit more time in their rapid fire direct, which I do like those.
Those are good, especially when you don't know what the next box has.
I love
mystery thing.
Yes, don't give me a little tease. I don't want to tease. I don't want to see it until I see it.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, do you think you'll have any Octopath? Since you said it, Octopath Traveler things in the direct, just to hype people up for the game in July?
No, because that'll be only a month later. They already talked about the special edition and everything, so everybody played the demo. They know it's coming out. They might remind people, like, real quick.
Don't forget to grab Octopath Traveler.
They don't have to dwell on it.
Right. Okay, well, makes sense. I'm very excited because my Switch is, like, my go-to console right now, even though I'm on the PlayStation quite a bit, getting footage from
that's
Shadow Colossus.
Pretty much, like, a month away. We're a month away from E3.
Like, this time of year is, like, always so excited. Like,
what's coming? I love the predictions. Like I like hearing everybody's predictions and then like, wondering what might be true. Then hold my breath for like an hour and a half, whatever, during each conference and all that.
While you're sleeping, waiting for the Nintendo press conference at 11 a.m. Like, stop breathing. You're asleep, right?
I'll splash you with water and wake you up, bro.
Oh, me? Oh, I'd have to. I don't know. I'd probably be out because you'd be asleep after work.
No, I won't go sleep till afterwards.
Oh, wow.
I'll make it happen.
Okay. So, apparently, you told me about this. Walmart Canada put some things on their website, I guess, and they listed. So this actually happened, right? Like they put on things on their website that showed a bunch of games that they're going to have being sold.
They listed quite a few games now.
Yes, they did.
Whether or not them being true or not, like it's so hard to go one way of true or one way of not true because there's so many things that make it where it looks like it could be true, and then there's like the misspellings of game titles that make it not true, and also the skipping of another game like Forza Horizon 5 when 4 hasn't came out yet.
Right, like some 12-year-old typed it up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna make the whole internet believe me.
Like Rage 2, you know about Rage?
I've heard of it.
It was a first-person shooter that came out on PlayStation a while back, and everybody's like, huh? Rage?
What is that? Okay, so there's a long. How long is this?
Yeah, just grab a couple that you know of. Like,
I don't know a lot of these.
Like your Just Cause 4.
Just Cause 4. Okay, that's Splinter Cell. I don't care about Splinter Cell. Oh god, there's an ad playing. Just stop. Just stop. Okay, report this ad. Yeah, I'll report it. Just Cause 4. Okay, I have Just Cause 3.
What do you think of the chance it sends out? You're more connected to it than me.
I think it would make sense because Just Cause 3 has been out a while, and it's actually very popular. I see a lot of these modded things online, like this infinite tether thing. You know, the tether that you can like latch onto things and pull yourself towards them. There's mods out there where you can like throw the tether anywhere in the world, no matter how far away it is, and you can pull yourself towards that area, like mountains way off in the distance, just miles and miles away.
You said mods.
Yeah, mods.
So it's on PC as well?
Yeah, it's on PC. It's on PS4, but there's no mods on the PS4.
Yeah.
I played the game a lot, and when I'm listening to like lectures about philosophy, because I'm an intellectual, and I know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
All right. So is this real, Mr. Intellectual?
No, no. I don't know. Okay,
Yeah.
Just Cause 4. I think it would make sense. I'd buy it because, well, I'll tell you the story. Just Cause 3. I feel bad about it because I still owe that guy $12. I was at GameStop at the mall with a friend of mine and her boyfriend.
Dude, don't you?
What do you mean?
You do owe that guy $12.
Yeah. I had most of the money for the game, and my brother told me about it. And he was like, "Imagine we could blow up anything and like do anything in the world. Just Cause 3." I'm like, "That sounds so cool." I was like 14. It was at the mall. I was like, "Oh my god, I want this game." What?
Oh man, you were 14.
I was very young.
Wow.
So I saw the game. It was 2015 when it came out. It was probably 15. But I was still young and naive and dumb. Okay.
By the way, PlayStation Plus as well.
What about it?
PlayStation Plus, right? It's been on PlayStation Plus.
Just Cause 3 has?
Because how else do I have it?
Oh. Oh, I guess it
It
has.
was released on PlayStation Plus as well. That means it did some kind of good.
Well, look, I was at the mall and I bought it and I had the money, except I didn't have the money. And I asked my friend's boyfriend if she could ask him to give me $12 to pay for the rest of it. And he did, and I felt really bad about it. And I told my brother about it, and he got really mad. He was like, "Dude, you do not need to be asking people for money like that." Like, sorry, okay, it was a mistake. I was young, but I do not regret it because the game is fantastic, in my opinion.
So he was trying to sell you on it. He was like, "Imagine we can blow up anything, anywhere."
What?
Zach was trying to sell you on it.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, you hadn't heard of it.
And when I bought it, he was like, "No way, dude!" And then I told him how I got, and he wasn't happy.
Like, cool. Wait, how?
I sold drug. No. Just Cause 3 to release to mixed reviews and on PC. Okay, it says Just Cause 3 released to mixed reviews and on PC performance issues exacerbated by stringent DRM. I know a lot of big words. I feel kind of smart. Maybe I am an intellectual. It had a strong first week at retail, outperforming Just Cause 2, launched by nearly 50%, and current sales estimates suggest roughly 2 million units sold. This is no small feat, but it's also not blowing Just Cause 2 6 million out of the water. I give this game 4 out of 6 grappling hook tethers chance of showing up at E3. That was a great joke.
What he did there.
And this is via GamesRadar.com.
Yeah, GamesRadar, they're known.
Cool. So Just Cause 4, I wouldn't be surprised.
I could see that happening because that's Square, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening because Square has a show. They announced they have a show, so they could just drop it. I mean, has it been Rico all 3 times? Do you know?
No. Like it's been a different, like Rico. He lives somewhere in the Mediterranean, in some like Hispanic country or something. I don't know, but in the last game, I don't think it was there.
It was at least him and 2 though, right?
It wasn't Rico. I don't think. I mean, it may have been. I don't know, but the characters have definitely looked different in all the different games. But that would sound cool. Borderlands 3.
Yeah, there's been rumors of that for a while.
Wow. I played Borderlands 2, and it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
I know your brother. I think your brother's bought that like a couple of times. I think he has it on PC. I think he has it on PS4. I think he bought it on PS3 at one time. He likes him some Borderlands.
He was going to get the Handsome Jack collection with the mask. I think there's a mask
He
involved.
likes him some Borderlands.
Yeah, he didn't go through with it. Cool.
I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't? Well, I thought it was interesting. I didn't play too much of it, though. Assassin's Creed. It says, not Assassin's Creed with an apostrophe, denoting a creed possessed by assassins. But even if it was possessed by multiple assassins, there would be an apostrophe after assassins.
So you're a ghost assassin. I'm in.
I don't get it.
If you're a ghost assassin,
What do you mean?
Assassin's Creed. Oh, well, I don't know. You're talking about ghosts being.
Oh, I didn't say anything about a ghost.
Being possessed.
Oh. I get it.
I know.
Wow.
That was a lame joke.
It's a stretch.
But the thing is, like, Assassin's Creed, just Assassin's Creed. A lot of games, like God of War, just went back to God of War.
Right, but no, it's not. The thing here, well, I mean, I guess that would be one of the things, but there's no apostrophe in Assassins.
Okay, so I mean, like a group. A group of assassins. Is what you're trying
Right,
to say.
it's denoting plurality among assassins. But if the creed belongs to the assassins, to the multiple assassins, the apostrophe would still be after the S in assassins.
There's no apostrophe at all.
There's no apostrophe at all in this, but there should be if it's multiple assassins possessing the creed.
So if you, so
why are we talking about the grammar of this?
I don't know. You like doing that, and I'll just follow you right down the hole. Anyway, I don't know. I have Syndicate,
right?
And it's cool. The gameplay's cool, but I've never gotten hooked into the game. So if it comes out and people like it, cool.
I never played one. My brother played Black Flag, and the water in that game looked fantastic.
Everybody talking about the water in the ship combat.
Like the water though, like it was so realistic.
Like the ship combat.
How do they do that in software? Like
you'll know in about 5 years.
You're right. I'm going to college for game art and animation.
He's gonna make the Bible game.
You know what? I'm gonna edit that out.
Oh, come on, man. There's no good Bible games.
Yeah, there's no good Bible games. We need a game with David slaying Philistines. That would be fun though.
Or you just make a game where your main weapon is a gun that shoots Bibles. It's the Bible game. That's how they get you.
My weapon is the word of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smite.
Yeah. This isn't a sword with the word of God written across it. This is a Bible. And I'm going to hit people. Knock the devil out of people.
The complete opposite of Castlevania.
Oh, imagine that. A very realistic game.
Knock the devil out of people.
Guy holds a Bible, just walks up to people that have like, it has like black fuzz around their head, shows they're possessed by demons.
Just literally
When you
slap
attack,
them with it.
a demon pops out.
Just slap them with it.
Oh man,
Oh,
that would be a very comedic game. There was a game on GBA that was a Bible game.
it's the one where you
It wasn't a good game.
frogs with it.
Oh, there was a Left Behind game. You know Left Behind, the book series.
Okay, good. Because we had this conversation before. You said Left Behind. I was like, The Last of Us? And you're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. That's the only Left Behind I know. The DLC?
No, Left. You know the book series Left Behind, where everybody gets raptured. Left Behind. I don't know. I don't know the subtitles.
Everyone's gone to the Rapture.
Wow, Bioshock, right?
No, there's a game called Everyone's Gone to the Rapture.
I'm an idiot. Thanks.
I have it. You can.
There's a game called Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. That sounds.
Yes.
Dang it, that sounds like it'd be in Bioshock. I'm sorry. I feel
That should.
I feel very misinformed.
That should have been a DLC.
That would have been good.
If
A lot of
anybody,
this-
if anybody hasn't played Bioshock 1, it's worth it.
I still need to play it. It's I think I have it on here somewhere. I'm not gonna do that. Okay,
Okay.
Lego DC Villains. I think I do.
Bomb scroll.
Lego DC Villains. Great. Rage 2. I don't know what that is. Forza Horizon 5. Racing game. Good looking
Like I said,
racing game.
4's not even out yet. The last one was 3. That's where that problem lies.
Oh wait, this is funny. But could a Forza Horizon 4 be on the? Don't say Horizon. Don't say Horizon. Horizon. Beep. Yeah. Yeah. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Forza Horizon 5. Horizon 2. Or better yet, Horizon 2. Forza Horizon 5. Where you're driving cars.
Oh no.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Wow. Yeah,
I
there's
would not play- I
crossover
would not
between the
play
games.
game. I would burn that studio.
Forza Horizon 5 is playable with Aloy. Or, no, they bring Aloy to Mario Kart.
And she's riding a Thunderjaw, just swiping tails, knocking cars. I don't need a blue shell. I need a Thunderjaw.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Gears of War 5, that's the last one on this list.
Worst, once again, that's Microsoft. That's possible.
And, yeah, I don't care.
I actually have Gears of War 4 because when I bought my Xbox One, it was the Gears of War edition. And so it came with a code. So I have it on PC because, play anywhere.
Uh-huh.
So I have a copy of it on PC.
What about Crackdown 3, right?
It's coming.
So
It was supposed to launch with the Xbox One.
that didn't happen.
I mean the One X, the X.
Right. Well,
Sorry. Yeah, they came out last year at the end.
Well, look, I guess that's one thing to at least mention about Microsoft's press conference. Like, Crackdown 3, I saw a gameplay demo of it years back. And
Of 3?
it may have, I don't know.
I mean, it could have been 3. What I'm saying is, like, you saw one of 3 years back and it's still not out. That's all I'm pointing out.
Right. I guess it may have been something like that. But I remember seeing the amount of destructibility where there were full buildings that you could go inside of and they fall apart. Like, what? That's crazy.
So is that worse on the level of more or less of Battlefield?
Oh, no, it's way more than Battlefield.
More than Battlefield?
Like, in Battlefield, the tower at Siege on Shanghai that falls, and there's other things that fall in Battlefield 4, but that's the most notable, I think. There's a tower. You can go in the bottom floor, and you can go in the top floor. In the bottom floor, there's elevators that go up to the top, and there's like 2 sections of the top. There's the outside, and, well, there's the bottom, then you go up on the highest parts that has all like the vents and things. But not nearly as much as Battlefield.
Not as much as Battlefield?
Not nearly. Crackdown.
I thought you were saying Crackdown had more. I was like, whoa!
No, Crackdown 3, it's destructibility. There's full, like, towers everywhere, all of which you can go inside of, and I think you can go inside of them, but they have rooms inside of them, is my point, and they fall apart like that, and they're like, if half of a building falls off, you can see a cross section of all of the rooms, and you can go inside of them. Like, I don't think the Xbox One X can handle that.
Actually, I'm pretty sure the X can handle it.
Can it?
The X is the most powerful console.
Teraflops.
And it really is the most powerful console. Like, it can do some stuff. But that's the main thing about Crackdowns like that. I guess they want to get it right. I'm not as much of a hater as I used to be for Xbox. I prefer Sony and PlayStation, but I want everything to be good because I want there to be that camaraderie,
Right.
that competition. It makes we win whenever all that happens.
Right.
Gamers are always the ones that win whenever there's competition.
Right.
So I want it to come out. I want it to be like, sorry we delayed it this long. We wanted to get it just right, and it comes out and they're like, wow, okay. That's why we waited. 10, bam. I want it to be good like that.
Man. Well, Crackdown, it would, if I saw gameplay of Crackdown that I really enjoyed, I would be tempted to buy an Xbox One X.
Or just buy it on PC.
I guess it would be on PC. PCs would probably be more powerful with, you can get like 2 NVIDIA Titans in there. Like, God. Oof. Yeah, it can handle that.
Real quick again, with Microsoft, they haven't been too successful with first party games. Sea of Thieves, everybody's waiting for that.
You're right.
And everybody's like,
Dude.
Like, what do? I'm bored. And then State of Decay is coming out. And I'm over zombies. Certain people aren't over zombies. Those who like State of Decay 1, we got more State of Decay 2 with this. Like, I want them to come out with something good. They need Crackdown. They need it so bad.
Right.
And they need it to be great as well.
Well, I don't have anything to say about Microsoft because I've never owned an Xbox. I've played an Xbox a number of times. I've played Minecraft on an Xbox.
Yeah, I purchased my Xbox One specifically for Scalebound. Rest in peace. Then the game got canceled.
It got canceled? Oh
Yeah, Scalebound got canceled. The game with the dragon and all that. Like, that was the reason I got it. And also to play Quantum Break and Sunset Overdrive. I played Quantum Break, loved it. Didn't really get into Sunset Overdrive, and then sold it. And so unless Scalebound comes back, I'm not interested in it.
Do you still have it?
Sold it to your brother.
Oh, and then he sold it.
Yeah.
He sold it for something. Paid the bills. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, ultimately, I really only care for Nintendo's. But for Sony, we haven't talked about Sony. Dreams is the only thing I'm looking at for Sony.
Now with Sony, we can go purely on like me and you.
Right.
We're close to Sony, so we can handle this on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sony killing it so far. God of War. What was the other one that they had? What was the game that came out this year already? I don't think it's necessarily came out, but all the games that they talked about for the past couple of years are finally coming out. God of War came out. Spider-Man comes out this fall.
Right.
Like I said, Dreams. Last of Us and Death Stranding, we know those are going to take a while. But they're getting the games out that they've been talking about. That whole path is just, we're working our way down. We were seeing stuff for this before, and now we're playing this, and they're just moving on, and they're doing great. So, E3, the games that they've been talking about are out and coming out. So I guess Dreams with a release date, please.
Yes,
please. Do that.
Dude, okay. I have Little Big Planet, okay? 3, Little Big Planet 3. I had 2, I had 1, I had karting. Like, I didn't like karting that much, okay? It was hard to make levels. And it's weird. It's a lot like Mod Nation Racers, but not Mod Nation Racers was
good.
It was good. But I had 3, and in 3, this is on my channel, okay? I made that demo of the original Metroid thing. I put so much work into that. Like, a few years ago, if a level in Little Big Planet 2, because Little Big Planet 2 was like the prime for Little Big Planet, if a level like that had been uploaded to the community, easily it would have gotten a team pick or a Media Molecule pick.
Oh, if the Metroid one you made?
Yeah, because there was a lot of levels like that. Like there was this Zelda 2 thing that it was kind of weird because it was like a side scroller, but you played as the first Zelda Link, and it got a team pick, and it was fun. But
by team pick, do you mean like Media Molecule? Like this is good.
Or Sumo Digital now. It's Sumo Digital that made it, or that made Little Big Planet 3. But yeah,
it means the developers thought it was
right.
Good.
But the sprite that you played with was made of holograms instead of sticker panels. So holograms look very textured and weird, whereas sticker panels are completely flattened and look cleaner.
Yeah.
As well as gravity in that level worked kind of weird, and it was very floaty, and it didn't feel completely solid, but it still was fun, and it was cool. Whereas my Metroid thing, my demo, which is about as clean as you're going to get for a Metroid level on Liberty Planet. In my opinion, it's the best one that there is right now, because I've played all the other ones, and they got a lot of plays and a lot of hearts and everything, a lot of good comments, and they were lacking in a lot of ways, except for one, which was pretty good.
Are the servers and all that in the community for LBP3, are they still going?
Yeah, they're still going, and apparently there's still a lot of people on there, but I see in my friends list, and a lot of, like, most of my friends I got from Little Big Planet, when I look at what they're playing, they're either playing like Rocket League or something, or they're playing Little Big Planet 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like 3 because there was a lot of game-breaking bugs, and let me tell you, I have experience with these game-breaking bugs, because in my experience of making this Metroid level, one problem has caused the most problems for me, and that is when you jump and you land, the gravity have a artificial gravity that pulls you down, and all it is a mover. It's a mover that just pushes you down or moves you down.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I made what do you call it when things touch in a game? Collision detection. Another ad, Jesus. The problem is that I made the collision detection with tags. What tags do is when an object has a tag, like a receiver. No, it's not a receiver. Not a receiver. When it has a tag on it, it when an object touches it that has the corresponding receiver, I guess it would be a receiver or transmitter. I don't know. I'm not going to get technical with the terms, but when those two objects would touch, the tags would activate, and that would cause something to happen. What I did is when the two objects touched, then Samus would stop going down, and she'd be able to walk horizontally and jump. The problem in Little Big Planet 3 is that the tags wouldn't activate immediately, consistently either. So sometimes when you landed, your feet would be sunken into the ground a good bit because the tags did not activate fast enough. And sometimes they would activate immediately, and you'd be on top of the ground.
So how do you fix that?
You can't.
Oh.
Because I'm at the will of the game at that point. If I hear that one more time, I'm at the will of the game at that point.
Just reminding you that we're talking about PlayStation.
Thanks, guys.
In case anybody doesn't know.
I almost forgot. Let me close that.
PlayStation.
But, yeah, Dreams. Hey,
and real quick, since they didn't make 3, Media Molecule didn't make 3, when did 2 come out?
February of 2012.
Okay, so
I think.
So they've been working on Dreams. You would think if from then till now, all this time, 6 years.
So Dream, man,
and I wasn't into Dreams, and I don't think it'll be something that I will play to the extent that you would.
Mm-hmm.
But the community is going to have a field day with that.
Oh man,
because literally, you can do so much.
Right.
You can do so much.
Yep. Man, well, what someone said to me, it may have been you, I don't know. Someone said, make Metroid Prime in Dreams because it's 3D. And I was working on the Metroid game. Now, obviously, I wouldn't be able to make Prime, like the GameCube game, on Dreams, because that would be just wow. But heck, at the absolute most, I could make maybe the frigate thing that Samus lands on at the beginning of Prime, the space station. Yeah. And and at the very least, I could make just a room with creatures that you shoot at. But I'm very excited with Dreams and what the possibilities are, because I honestly just don't know what all you can do, but I hear you can do almost anything.
Yes, almost anything, because from listening to podcasts, people will say that whenever they went to the preview event, they were talking to the Media Molecule people, and they were like, can you do this? Like, yeah, let me show you. Like, can you do this? Yeah, let me show you. Like, can you do this? Yeah, let me show you. Like, there was nothing that they said no to. Like, people asking, could you do this and that?
Man, well,
that's why I want that game in your hands, man. I want it in your hands.
I'm curious with how it's a 3D environment, so I'm curious with how you would make things, because one problem with karting, in my opinion, was that making things in a 3D environment was so challenging because the controls were kind of weird in my opinion.
But all you were making were courses, though, right?
Well, no, you can make objects too, like cubes, and you can like make shapes in some weird way. It was confusing, but I think Dreams probably can fix it, and I'm sure they've learned their lesson from karting.
With you talking about Little Big Planet for that little bit, then it made me want to go look at a countdown of like stages that like you wonder how people made in Little Big Planet. I want to see that now.
Oh,
I want to watch them be like, how?
No doubt.
I want to do that now.
There's this creator. There's this creator on Little Big Planet. He got Creator of the Year.
Dang, I knew I had that.
And I think I was friends with him at one point before all this, which is
cool.
Yeah, before it was cool. His username is Steve Big Guns, and he made this this Wipeout type level, like the racing game. Yes, and it was like a lot of fun. It was so cool.
And could you look at it and figure out how he did it? Since you know the mechanics of the game?
I knew how, but I knew how he. I know there was probably a lot of logic involved, but the way it was just like a racing game. Like it was. He made his own ground using the background. So he was able to flip the camera to where instead of looking at everything like this is the background, the background became your floor. And so you drove around like that. So I know that he used cameras to adjust it like that. But I'm not exactly sure how he made it as polished as he did.
Yeah, I definitely want to look at a countdown. I wonder if there's probably a Watch Mojo countdown. There's a Watch Mojo countdown for everything.
If they don't, they need to make one because I'm sure
they always ask for suggestions and stuff.
Yeah, they need them. They're running out of ideas. I mean, come on. Top 10 lamp brands.
Everything, man. Top 10 words in the English language. I'm pretty sure stuff like that.
Yeah, supercalifragilistic. Well, that's all I have to talk about regarding all of E3. I'm so excited, and of course we're going to do a post show thing, unless you want to sleep first after the conference.
No, it'll be fine. As far as the post show goes, we're going to talk about
Metroid Dread and how great the announcement trailer for it was.
EA is going to have theirs on June 9th, and then Sunday. I didn't get the time because it's EA.
Yeah.
The ones that we'll be worrying about are Microsoft is going to have theirs at 3. Bethesda is going to have theirs at 8:30 on Sunday. Monday is whenever Sony's going to have theirs. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern as well. You'll be at my house.
Yep.
That'll be what we're worried about. And then the next day, Nintendo's all alone at 11 in the morning. So you can wake up and watch that. So I think that after Nintendo, that day, that Tuesday, we'll talk about Microsoft. I guess if they do anything of if you see Crackdown on the date, let's talk about Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Just those three.
So is Nintendo the last one?
Yeah, Nintendo's the last. They're by themselves on Tuesday, June 12th.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything else that comes out, from Bethesda, like if they talk about Elder Scrolls 6 or something.
Oh, jeez, yes.
or something like that. If anything particular jumps out. Square Enix, if they talk about Just Cause or anything or Final Fantasy VII Remake,
right.
Mainly we'll focus on those three because those are the ones that we're more in tune to.
Right.
So we'll do a post show about those three and just E3 in general, what we thought about it, how much of our predictions came true, how much of that leak was true for Nintendo.
Yeah.
All of it. All that's true. Okay, I'm good.
Oh, wait, he forgot about Metroid Dread. I think it's supposed to go about right there.
But yeah, expect that, and that will be on my channel. So
right, and I don't know, maybe I'll steal your video and put it on mine too.
Yeah, it's possible you can put it on there as well. But yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to me, subscribe as well, so you won't miss that.
Right, of course, and this is the end. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like. Don't favorite. Okay, you know what? Just stop. Stop favoriting. Take it off your favorites. Favorites exists. I don't have to say it anymore. Okay, just do it or not. Don't do it. This is not your favorite video. Okay.
But make sure you like this video if you like it.
Right, like. Don't favorite and
If you don't like it anyway because we both said so.
Oh right, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Screw the favorites. So what do I say after favorites? Like, favorite, and comment on this video, and subscribe to this channel. because you know you want to. Subscribe to his because he told you to.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to him.
Yes.
And I don't know what comes after this. There's no end as always anymore because I'm trying to formalize everything. And you know, I was like 15. I was like 12 when I made that. I was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
So, formal outro. Thank you very much for watching. Have a very good day.
Be excellent to each other.
Absolutely.
See you.